One of the biggest things that MEDO has taught me is getting a yes from clients. What used to be the case is that I used to go to, customers to customer meetings and sit and not really push for a yes or no answer. And then the clients would feel that a maybe would be sufficient. And I wasted so much time, money, and opportunity just, sitting around, not knowing what the client was thinking. When I got to the UK, my main objective was to meet some very important clients who do events all over Africa, namely Nigeria, Kenya, and South Africa. The very first thing that I did was that I walked down the street, I got on a bus, and tried to figure out which were the best possible routes to get to this particular client of mine in London. So I got into the bus, I got onto the train, sort out which one is faster, just to get a sense of how long it would take for me to get to this client at a particular time and how much leeway I needed, and I did that also in mind of the fact that, I was told that the British were punctual people and that it would be better to be 15 minutes early than a minute late. And if you're a minute late, you might lose the business. The Friday meeting with that client, was successful and was life-altering for me. What came of it were obvious financial gains, but most importantly, it allowed me to continue my business. Okay. Well, one of the things that I did prior to me leaving was that I employed an assistant who would oversee some of my events, the events that I did. And I was very nervous getting onto the plane because we had 3 events that were happening, and I wasn't quite sure how it was going to pan out. Now with what has happened in the UK is that we are able to take her on for a whole year, hopefully more. At the end of this month, I'm going to be leaving this incubator, which I've grown up in for a while as a business person. And we're now going to be going to Woodmead with this assistant, and hopefully we'll have space for more people to join our team.
Recently, I was on a trip with other entrepreneurs to the United Kingdom, courtesy of UKTI and MEDO, that took us as entrepreneurs from South Africa on a trade mission to meet with other entrepreneurs in England, to be able to see how businesses are done, to be able to see who we can liaise with, or we can partner with, or who can invest in us. And more importantly for me, in my industry, the hat-making industry, to be able to see other the existing and big manufacturers of hats, how they do the hats in London, both in London and in Luton. Luton is the hat manufacturing city of England, and I was there to see, I saw 2 companies that actually showed me things that they do, things that I need to know. I discovered that even the big art manufacturers, they have made up hats that all they need to do is to decorate, and instantly in 1 day or 2 they can deliver your hats to you. So I want to be able to do this, to import these half-finished goods and innovate with them, and so that I produce something unique. Also, apart from the raw materials itself, I need to have this half-finished goods in order to be able to quickly expand and meet the needs on the ground. I would categorically say that there's just one company that's selling hat materials in Johannesburg and in the whole of Gauteng. Even as far as Cape Town, they buy from this man to go and resell in Cape Town and in Vereeniging, in Pretoria. So there's that gap that still needs to be closed. There's that room for me to be able to tap into to meet the needs of people, in materials and finished products. My association with MEDO has really changed my business completely. It has transformed it. It has taken me from a level of just operating, just trying to sell, to now operating a company that, that has hope, that has future, that has goals to meet. These are many things, are part of the many things I learned through the relationship with MEDO.
Okay, initially when I went to the UK, I thought to myself that I would like to perhaps get some agents over there to actually work for me and sell to stores within the UK. After presenting to these fellows, who I didn't even know, in fact, what they did, they said to me, "Are you out of your mind? Why don't we rather set up a website where we can take the full margin, okay, rather than you pay, and you're making a tiny little bit of profit actually at the end of the day, because your big chain stores are going to put on their 200%, the agent's going to put on her 20%, etc., which really takes the product to another level. But you can reduce it somewhat, but you're going to make the full margin on it. So much so that I thought it was such a great idea that I was actually contacted by somebody else completely independently, and I've actually turned it down. These gentlemen are experts at marketing and doing websites. So it's not just about the website, it's about doing the behind the scenes marketing and the blogging and all these various things that I really do not have a clue about. So they are putting up this website that would be sort of between 10 and 20,000 pounds. And we are going to do an extremely professional shoot, put all this stuff onto the website. They're doing it for nothing because what they want is 20% of whatever is sold on the website. So it's a win-win for both. If it doesn't work and they don't punt it, we're not going to do any business, but then they don't make any money and they've done it all for nothing. So I think it's a great opportunity, and also it means we make much higher margins on our goods. On this website as well, we've linked it to our feeding scheme. So African Queen fed 11,000 children last year, and we have shown the whole sort of feeding scheme project. We've also shown a DVD on the factory as well on the site, so people can click on. We're going to link each handbag, in fact, to meals going to be given to underprivileged children. So you buy this handbag, you feed 30 children. I think the thing is with the whole MEDO UKTI trip was that you are never ever going to, yes, maybe you can afford to go overseas, maybe you can't. But the bottom line there is, for me, was you will never get to do that level of training and meet that level of other entrepreneurs that they introduced us to and get into, I met the head of the South African, trade and industry, who then said to me, you know what, if you want to stand at any of these shows, not a problem. Here's my card. We'll pay for it for you. So you just met the most incredible connections, most incredible training. This training, I think, would have cost an absolute fortune to do. We went to Cambridge University. It was huge fun. It was extremely insightful. It was just, you can't even put a price on its head. You really can't. I think Judy and her team did a fantastic job, and Janine, and I think they really did. I think they pulled together and got everyone, on the same program, so to speak. And the speakers that they got were fabulous, and we just learned an enormous amount all around. But this MEDO UKTI thing, we would never have got to the places, met the people, and done the things that we had done. And I think it has to change you. If it doesn't, then it's your own fault, quite frankly.